What's good, y'all? I'm here in North Miami right now, locked in, very special artist. You back for another episode of Sound Spotlight. There's not enough I can say about this gentleman because every time I link with him, he's pouring into me, he's pouring into other people, he's traveling the world doing music, literally living the dream, coining the phrase, "This is my era." And today, I'm gonna introduce you guys to one of my personal favorite artists, Mr. Alexander Starr, in the building.
NovaSound. I appreciate you,
My
brother.
man, good to see you, bro.
Likewise, man. We in the building.
So I'm super excited. We're gonna talk about a few things today.
All right, let's go.
Let's start with your backstory, man. Tell the people who you are. What do they need to know about you today?
Oh man, today, they just need to know that I'm active and I'm creating. I come from pretty much a full life of music industry. Well, music business, not industry, business, and just kind of creating myself along the way. I've been full time since high school, so this is all that I've done, and I've curated an interesting career for myself. And I'm excited to talk about some of the things that I've been doing.
Okay, cool. So where are you from originally?
I grew up in Tennessee, from a small town in Tennessee called Martin. Shout out to Martin. It's not really much out there, and that's where I grew up. So I got the small town values instilled in me, and I guess that's kind of what I like to bring to music, man. I bring small town values to a big city sound. Okay, so yeah, I'm a Tennessee boy. Then I moved to Greensboro, North Carolina, just for 10th grade, and then I've been in South Florida since 11th grade, and I'm still here. This is home. I'm a South Florida man.
Oh man, you can hear it in the music. So, high school to now, let's talk about the birth of This Is My Era, the birth of Alexander Starr as a brand.
Oh man, This Is My Era happened way after high school. It happened after college too. Actually, no, it happened my senior year in college. I wrote it because I wanted to get a song placed with the Olympic Games. In 2012, I wrote that song. Really, 2011, I wrote that song. I started writing it because I just had the vision. I'm like, yo, if I just won a gold medal, and they were about to put the little strap around my neck, I'm on the podium, and they put the gold around my neck, and I throw my peace sign in the sky for this stadium full of the people and the world watching, what phrase goes in line with that? And This Is My Era just kind of it eventually came to me in my writing process, and it means I'm taking action to do something that's going to ripple throughout history. This is not my moment. This is my era. And it just so happens that the acronym for it is TIME, T-I-M-E, which makes, I don't know what it means to you, but it's kind of just dope. And I wrote a song about it. And 2014, me and my brother Kuda, we aligned it with the Millennium Campus Conference. That was at Lynn University that year. It's where they gather global world leaders from college from 50 different countries. Wow. And they have a 1-week conference at a prestigious university, and they talk about how to positively impact the world. And we pitched that song to kind of get a performance and give a speech there. Kuda wanted to give a speech, I wanted to perform. So we pitched that song, and they ended up giving us a shot. And Kuda gave a speech. I was in the crowd hidden with a microphone, and Kuda ended his speech with a call to action, who's ready to talk to the person next to you and tell them your vision? Who's ready to this? Who's ready to that? Who's ready to make it your era? And I stood up in the crowd with the mic. I am. Everybody's like, what the hell is going on? Right. And then DJ Glenn Black dropped my record, This Is My Era, and we transformed the conference to a concert. And it was nuts. And from there, like I said, there were United Nations diplomats there. There were school headmasters from around the world, students from around the world, student leaders, and I just started getting booked in colleges around the world, and that's how This Is My Era started taking me everywhere.
Wow, so just having that idea, it blossomed into, wow. You see, that's the back work that people don't see. Mm-hmm. People might say, yo, you overnight success. By no means. No. You took that chance. You know what I'm saying? You could have fell flat on your face. So
that's
it's very
a gem
intentional.
Right there. I
intentional.
Not to be too violent, but I liken it to Uzi versus a sniper, right? Some people, they just make music. They throw it out and they do. They want to hit something, right? But they're not really aiming. I craft a sniper bullet with somebody's name on it, with a company's name on it, with an organization's name on it. Just polish it, blah, and I aim for that. And then it hits the target, and I end up getting strategic partnerships and sponsorships and endorsements because I looked at some. I'm like, what kind of music do you need for what you're doing? Let me aim for that, and I shoot and I hit.
Now, when you first started doing music, you didn't just see it like this way. You blossomed. You were open.
Yeah,
you grew.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I started as a battle rapper. Throughout high school, I was a battle rapper. Dude, I was on Cannabis, Eminem, Pharoah Monch. I was on some real real crafty, lyrical, not necessarily putting songs together, just putting bars together, right? I come from bars. Then in high school, I joined a group called the Free Agents Music Group. Shout out to Johnny, Mars, Smoke, and Lex, and everybody else involved with the Free Agents. But like, they kind of crafted me into a studio artist like that.
Okay.
It was my first studio experience when I was like 16.
Artist development program.
It was, man, we were just some dope people making music together and exercising, through Johnny. Johnny got us in the studio with crazy people who were accomplished then and went on to accomplish incredible things. And like, these are the people who were like producing our first album with no budget. Like, people just producing for the love. And then we would hit the streets singing acapellas to sell the CDs. And we sold like 9,000 records on the streets, $10 a piece. And that was kind of like my development as an artist. And I was young. That was like 16 through 21.
Yeah.
And we lived with an NBA player for 2 years and was around a lot of really influential people. And I used that as a learning experience because I wasn't a business person back then. None of us were business people. We were just really dope artists, and we were expecting things to happen, but we didn't have our business pieces in line, so things didn't happen. We had all these opportunities, but we didn't capitalize on them because we didn't have the mindset to look at the eagle eye view. We were on the ground looking at what's around us. We didn't fly up and look at what's ahead and plan for that. So,
some more game. Got to look ahead, right?
You got to get the eagle vision, man. Because there's always something 3 steps ahead, but it's door A, door B, and door C. If you only looking at these 3 doors, you're not gonna know which door to choose. But if you fly up and you look at what's behind each of those doors, you know how to get to your end goal. If you don't got your Google Maps on, if you ain't got a destination in your navigation, you're just gonna run around the city with no landing spot. So, throughout my career, I developed a landing spot. I became an impact artist, like I said, just crafting music for causes and organizations and just, getting endorsements. I did the United Nations 5 times. I aligned with MSC Cruises. I got the Super Bowl placement with This Is My Era last year. And I did the anthem for Extreme Action Park. You go to Extreme and you walk up, fire. You'll hear my music playing outside and inside, and we shot the video. And partnering with Extreme Action Park is really dope, man. And we're not done partnering. They brought me in because they saw me perform This Is My Era somewhere, just through mutual connections. And they say, can I do an anthem for them? Of course. So I linked with QST Music Group, and they produced a track from scratch. I wrote the record from scratch. It's called Let's Play. So it's out everywhere. You can see the YouTube video with me enjoying the action park, riding the go-karts and shit. It's really dope. So yeah, I'm doing anthems. And years and years of doing that, it's just taking me to like really incredible places, man, because I'm making music that's not just for me. I'm not just talking about like, yeah, nigga, I'm so dope. Even though I'm dope, I'm super dope, but I'm making music to tell you how dope you are.
Yeah, I actually want to share a story, bro. So we were at it was People Matter Festival. I think it might have been one of the first ones. I was telling you about my album, and you said something really, really impactful. Right? That's what this series is about. Free game, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Legit. You said, hey man, you're dope. You're either gonna put them out or you're gonna die and they're gonna stay on your hard drive.
Yeah.
Man, so that was strong language, right?
Yeah.
But it was impactful, and it's what I needed to hear. You know what I'm saying? To get my album out. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that right there, you're an inspirational artist to everybody out here, people who know you. If somebody knows you, bro, like when we saw the commercial, people were excited, bro. From the action park, incredible. You being inspirational to other artists, because somebody might be working on music, but they also need to work on themselves, right? So we met through mentoring youth, and your music has now taken you around the world. So I recall seeing you in Rwanda.
Yeah. Beautiful,
right?
Beautiful place.
And when I spoke to you, you said the real Wakanda.
Yeah.
Right? So
absolutely.
What was your experience like, bro? How'd that come about?
Well, in 2017, I performed at the Millennium Campus Conference in Morocco, in Rabat, and one of the panelists there, Samantha Lakin, She was based in Rwanda. She's from the U.S., but she was based in Rwanda, and she went back to Rwanda and told Hope Azeda about me. Hope is the curator of the Umuntu Arts Festival, and it's an annual music and arts festival promoting peace in post-genocide Rwanda. So they had a genocide 25 years ago. So then she shared "This Is My Era" with the video, and then they reached out to me and inquired if I could create a new anthem for the festival, which was like an incredible honor. I'm like, yo, the festival in Rwanda wants me to do the anthem. And immediately, like, I had to humble myself because I'm like, I'm dope, but I'm not stupid. I don't want to do this by myself. I haven't been there before. I'm not that U.S. artist. It's like, of course I'll write a song for your country, and I've never been. I'm like, nah. Please connect me with a Rwandan artist. Connect me with somebody in Rwanda who's dope, and let's collaborate on a new anthem for your festival.
Plug me in.
And they connected me with Andy Bumunu, who's an incredible artist, incredible vocalist, and an even more incredible person. He's just a really dope dude. So I wrote maybe like 65-70% of the song before I got to Rwanda, and then met up with Andy, and we vibed, and we recorded his verse in my hotel room. So I finished recording and mixing the record on my Babyface Pro interface in my laptop in the hotel room, and we finished the song, sent it to Umubano Academy, which is like a primary school in on the outskirts, and the kids choreographed a dance to it. Well, we went to visit the school, and you can see all of this in the kind of like the music video of Show Me the Way. The kids choreographed a dance, and we visited the school for 3 days that week, having them teach us the dance. And then I gave a free concert for the school. And then on that Friday, we brought the kids to the festival, and they performed, and they were my background dancers at the festival. So it was just a really amazing experience, man. And so that was 2018. And then I went back in 2019 as well, and did a songwriting session with some of the kids at school. So the second time I went back, not only did I perform at the festival, but I met with the kids at school and helped them write and record an original song similar to what we do at The Edge in a day. In one day, wrote and recorded lyrics with these kids, and then they performed that at the festival with me guiding them.
Man, incredible. So impactful experience for you and them. Mm-hmm. Win-win situation, beautiful. And you've had other opportunities, the opportunity to work with the United Nations as well. Yeah.
So right now, I'm doing a lot of work with Montessori Model United Nations. Okay. So MMUN, they're just MMUN, man. They're just, I don't even know the words to put it together, man. They just put on these amazing, huge conferences that I'm now kind of like entwined with, where they bring Montessori students of all ages, like 4th grade up through high school, together for a week at a time in different locations. Usually there's 2 in Times Square, then Chicago, then Rome, but they also have them in China. They also have them in just a lot of other places. I've done like in person and virtually probably like 10 already, 10 or 11 MMUNs. But yeah, they bring the students together to model after the United Nations methods of getting shit done, of getting world change done. They focus on the Sustainable Development Goals. How do you alleviate hunger? How do you alleviate poverty? How do you alleviate, pollution and whatever? And I do songwriting sessions with the students. I do performances. I'm here filming my performance today for the closing ceremony, and I do keynotes. So I'll be on panels with UN ambassadors. I'll be on panels with Nobel Prize winners. I'll be on panels with, celebrities and world leaders, and then it's me, and it's kind of dope.
So many great opportunities, right?
Yeah.
You've been able to inspire people, artists, different communities. Let's talk about growth in your new project, because we got to continue to evolve as artists, creatives, and there's different sides to us, you know what I'm saying? And you're human, I'm human. We're living, bro. We're living. We're entitled to live life the way we want it.
Yeah.
So, man, let's talk about your new project, bro. 5-Star General. So, I'm getting very familiar with the music. Like I said in the beginning, I remember the first time I saw you perform. It was at, what's the name of that barbershop that we turned into a venue?
I know what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah, man. Incredible show. I said, yo.
That was with my live band, too.
With your band.
Yeah.
I said, man, this dude is fire. So, Now, a few years later, we sitting here, been meaning to get this interview in, and I want to talk about 5-Star General.
Come a long way, man. 5-Star General is really just a reflection of me grounding my roots again. Because when you're chasing corporate opportunities, you kind of start levitating. You start getting off the ground, right? And I was getting off the ground and reaching for this and reaching for that and reaching for this, but my artistry has roots, right? Thanks. So I kind of I still had all the elements of who I am, but I lost connection with my roots. And the quarantine had me just sit my ass down and my roots replanted, and it all started flowing back in me. And I was like, I started making music not for anybody else, just for me. That's what 5-Star General was, And the connotation of the title, it's just like, yo, nobody knows the battles that everybody's facing. I could look at you and you're smiling, right? And you could be going through some shit, and I would never know, right? You're going through your own battles every day. I'm going through my own battles every day. And previous to 5-Star General, I had only shared this is my era with the world. If you an artist, you think my life is all hunky-dory. If you listening to me and you working on your project, you be like, yeah, he's good, he's dope, but he's a little too positive, man. He probably wouldn't get on this record. I'm just like, yo, above all, I'm just dope. But I never showed anybody that. Right. And I lost touch with my, let me just write to have fun. Let me just write to just be fucking dope, dog. And that's what I kind of got back to. And I kind of just opened the curtains. When I'm not, this is my era-ing for people. When I'm not past the good vibes around cruise endorsements for people. When I'm not show me the way, happy, bright, super positive records. That's 2%, 1-2% of what I have to offer as an artist. My published catalog, of all the recorded songs that I got, I've published 1% of what I have recorded. The world only knows 1% of what I've actually done and what I do. So 5-Star General is me just kind of cracking that glass barrier that I've created for myself. I did it myself by only putting out this my era, passing the vibes and all this really positive shit. I did it to myself. And now 5-Star General is just kind of you know what, let me crack that glass so that this next wave of music just bursts.
100%, bro. So hey, spread your wings. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Mm-hmm. So it's been a lot of opportunities for you, and you have people who are gonna watch this interview, whether they be youth in foster care that we might have been able to connect with, or an artist. What's some advice you could give to somebody on the come up? Artist, entrepreneur, creative, vocalist, whatever it might be, right?
Probably the best piece of advice, or a solid piece of advice, would be in response to what I see people doing. That's just a fatal mistake. Yo, don't wait for anybody to help you. Don't wait on anybody's help. Everybody thinks that they're so talented that somebody's just gonna scoop them up and put them on. That shit don't happen, bro. I mean, there are always exceptions to the rule, but you can't sit on your talent and expect somebody to just be waiting to discover you. I feel like those days are over. Even the most talented people have a hard time in this day and age, because not only do you have to be talented, you now have to be on display on social media at all times. People want you to do so much. Yeah. So much content is required if you want to be famous, if you want to be a star. Then you've got to let people access your life at all times. If you have a different path, you don't have to worry about that. To be honest, my vision of success is being behind the scenes. I really want to just write for other artists. I'm doing what I do to establish that I'm dope so that I can step away from the limelight and help people with their projects. I would rather you book me for a week and I just vocal produce your project, help you write, arrange, I'll engineer, harmonies, all that shit, and then you go around the world touring with the music, and you get Grammys and I get one because I helped you with the project. Right. I don't need to be on Front Street like that. I don't need to be famous, especially today with this whole social media famous. Right. People reaching beyond their actual personalities to try and create virality. That's not really what I'm passionate about. So my thing is yo, whatever it is that my advice is whatever it is that you're seeking to put out to the world, like, it's up to you to put it out and get it seen. Don't wait on anybody else to do it. The caveat with that is make sure it's something that you want to be known for. Don't just do some shit because you think it's going to go viral. Then it goes viral. People are looking at you, but they're expecting you to do the next thing just like that. And as soon as you stop doing that thing that made you popular, they're going to unfollow you because you ain't doing that silly shit no more. Yeah.
Nothing solid, concrete that they could really latch on to.
Right. So yeah, man. I mean, this. I could just go on and on and on and on about this shit, but I think number one is like, don't waste time. Waiting for somebody to help you is wasting time. If you need help, actively go seek that help and give them a reason for why helping you will benefit them. I think that's another mistake that I see a lot of people make is they see somebody in a position of influence or in a position of power and they try to appeal for their help without letting that person of influence know that, by helping me, this will help you. Right. You got to figure out how that's gonna work. It's an exchange. Cause you already got to have your shit in motion. Right. Like, hey, I'm already doing this, and this. If you inject my project with these resources, the turnaround will be like this for your company. Plus, I already am working with these people, and I've been watching your company, and I see that you're in need of ABC XYZ. Well, my man right here owns a company that does that, and I can connect you. Like, that's how you get somewhere in the business. You gotta move like a business. Artists, like, they move like kids asking their parents for shit. And you won't get anywhere like that. You gotta be the business. You gotta be the entity that is moving like an entity. And when other entities see you moving like an entity, they'll work with you. If you're anything less, you're kind of like asking, begging like that, and it just, I've had this mindset before, and I realized, like, when you go like this, that's how you end up upside down. But like, this is like asking them to put cuffs on you. You know what I'm saying? You're asking for something, they'll feel your hands, but they're gonna put the cuffs on it too. Yeah. So you're holding this while you're strapped to them.
You got $1 million, now you owe us $2.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably the biggest. We can just go on forever, but I hope I gave some game right there, man.
So it's gems all over the studio right now. We are audio vision. You guys got to run it back and pick those up. So Star, tell them where they can hear your projects, the singles, the records, everything we talk about in this interview. How can they connect with you?
All right, bet that up, man. Easiest thing to do is go to www.alexanderstar.com. I'm the Alexander Star with one R in Star. It's just the regular way. ALEXANDERSTAR.com. If you Google me, I'll pop up. But on all social media, just put a Mr. MR in front of my name at Mr. Alexander Star. Is that on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, wherever else.
Spotify, Tidal, so we streaming.
Yeah.
Alexander Star.
Yeah, just Alexander Star. I'm streaming everywhere.
New project, 5-Star General. I don't know if you
5-Star General. It's I would love to get y'all's thoughts on it, man. Just hit me with what you think. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is it real? Is it, does it appeal to you? That's what I want to know. And if it doesn't, tell me. Be like, yo, Star, that shit's whack. I'm like, yo, thank you for the feedback.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have another one. We here in North Miami. I finally got to sit down with Alexander Star. This has been years in the making, y'all. So it's a lot of gems from my artists, from my entrepreneurs, from my youth. Go ahead and run it back and pick the gems up, y'all. So it's been another episode of Sound Spotlight. I'm locked in with Alexander Star. One love, y'all. Peace.